But let's talk about when you have evolved and you're not 21 years old anymore and you're now 32, 38, 42, 45. And you're still doing the same thing over and over and over again. At some point you say we need to have positive images of that. Listen, there is so much information out in the world. Even if you don't have someone physically, you can go down to the Google. Hit it on the Google. How do you treat a woman?
Man, get that.
Let's go behind the mask.
Welcome back to another special edition of the Behind the Mask podcast. I'm your host, Takeo Spikes, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Your favorite plus-size model, Tuton Ray, is in the building.
And before we introduce our guest today, I just want to say, you know what, give a big shout out, thank you to all of the listeners. Listen, we can't be who we are if it's not for you. So continue to tune in and definitely now, because we have a very special guest, and our guest hails from the great city of Memphis. Has her own cooking book. She's an author too, y'all. Cooking with Miss Quad. Co-host of the groundbreaking TV show Sister Circle. Star of Married to Medicine. Hey, girl.
Hey.
And she even got a day named after her in Atlanta. June 18th.
Yeah.
Man, y'all give it up for my folk, Miss Quad.
And the crowd goes, What's up, good people? What's up?
Good.
What's
How
happening?
you doing?
Everything and all things. It's good to be here behind the mask.
Yeah, we listen, we said that to the fans, but we really appreciate it because you could have, listen, you fresh off the set.
Absolutely.
And for you to take your time to come here and bless us with your presence, it means a lot. So we don't want to let that go by unknown.
I appreciate that. But here's the deal. One thing that's very important to me is loyalty. And this right here has been many years. I mean, you and I go back, 20 years?
Yeah.
And you and I go back at least a good 10.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So this right here is what we call loyalty. When family calls on you, you show up. It's just that simple. It's very simple. It was easy. I watch your podcast, y'all doing your thing and everything. I was like, well, when a woman coming down there? I'm trying to find out.
But you know what, though?
happening.
This is the first non-athlete woman to appear on the Behind the Mask podcast.
Boy, it's Black History!
But
Black History!
Just made Black History!
we wouldn't have anybody else on here but Quad.
I love it. I
mean,
appreciate it.
Like you said, the history is there. This is family right here.
Absolutely.
And the best part about this show, these people don't know, we have that history. So we about to we about to go behind the mask for real.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
real.
I mean, actually, these are conversations that we have anyway.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What we're doing now is just allowing people to be privy to the discussion.
That's a
Because
fact.
we have them anyway,
You're right, we do. And I think about the other day I was checking out your show.
Yes.
And it was this video that played, and that was the first time that I saw it. The name of this video, we're gonna tee it up, but it was from Kyla Janae Lacey. My boyfriend ain't a girlfriend. So
Her boyfriend ain't got a girlfriend.
yeah, her boyfriend ain't got a girlfriend.
Damn.
That's deep, isn't it?
Oh, it's even deeper when you see it. But we don't tee that up. One of the things that came across the screen, that I noticed, and you was like, you were so convicted that you had to not only state your piece, but it was like, hey, why are we acting surprised? Like you wanted to talk about that. So for me, I got something from the dating relationship side.
Okay.
We have this conversation with the boys and wanted to get your take on it. It's like we put that implied pressure on ourselves when we first meet somebody.
Okay.
And what that means is when you actually come into the first meeting, you want to put on a show, you want to give her whatever she wants. She wants to do the same thing from you, vice versa. And so basically you're living a lie when you first meet each other.
Correct.
And so 6 months when she may come in the house and say, you know what, let's do this. And you've been doing it and really you didn't like doing it, but
Right.
you really wanted to impress her. Now she say you're going to change. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Like, why is it that we have a different representative
Sure.
in the beginning?
Well, it goes back to what you're saying, trying to make that perfect impression. The deal is you're not being honest with yourself and you're actually cheating the partner that you're with. You're cheating that person because really and truly, do I know who you are? I really don't. But again, I always say this is, and women do it too now. This is not going to be a man bashing situation.
We ain't gonna let you come on here and bash me.
Listen, I'm
gonna tell the truth.
Well, I'm gonna speak big facts though. You understand? Big facts. So what I'm simply saying, I think women do it too. You know, they want to be perfect. They're trying to make a good impression. She's cooking, she's cleaning, she's being domesticated. Well, you know, and it might not just be who she is. And then you like you say, 6 months down the line, you come to her house or whatever, and it's like, well, damn, why the dishes in the sink, clothes not washed?
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you was doing all of this. So what's up? Now it's a level of being comfortable, right? And feeling like, I got them now.
Yeah.
You understand? And you see it on both sides, and slowly but surely, that real person begins to seep out.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why men respect strippers. I'm gonna keep it 100. Because when you going in a strip club, you already know what you're there for. She's gonna make that abundantly clear.
And this is very much like, you're correct.
She's gonna make, and they like, why he mess with the stripper? Why? Girl, because she kept it 100 and you didn't. Your light's about to get cut off, and you know what I'm saying? You acting like it's all good out here.
See, and it's like it's no guessing games.
It ain't no guessing game because actually at a strip club, you know what you're getting, like immediately. On the first song, you're like, I got all of this. All I got to do is play my cards right, and later on, that's what I'm getting.
Well, damn, you going to the champagne room? I just thought we were going to watch the people dance and maybe
Back in my days, I was a strip club connoisseur. I went to Magic City when I was 19.
Turned out.
Oh, damn, I was little too back then. When I got to the league, they was like, hey, too. But you guys are 100% right. I think everybody does have, I call it having an agent. You have a representative. We all have agents or managers or people that when they are selling us, they sell the positives, what we can bring our value added. Right. And it's the same thing in a relationship. We're talking about behind the mask in football terms. We use the mask for protection, but in real life, everybody does have a mask because you have that guard up. You have that barrier of protection until you're comfortable, as you said, subconsciously, and it comes out over time. And you left that guard down to show who you really are, or you know you're comfortable enough, and you're just like, I'm just gonna be me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's more so a matter of showing that person who you are up front.
Sure.
But why don't people do that? What are they scared of? What's the fear?
The fear is you might flee. If I show this person who I really am, then he or she may leave me. And I don't want that. I want to be able to bait them in as much as possible.
Who do you think have a tendency to do that more, men or women?
I think across the board it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would like to encourage people to always be honest. You understand what I'm saying? There is no lie in the truth. It's impossible. You understand what I'm saying? So
that shit sound good though, Carl.
No, listen. If you dating, say you're dating, women especially, don't make the man feel like, oh, it's we together. It's just us. It's just you. That's unfair. And here's the deal. What I've noticed about men, when men feel like you're focused only on them, they gonna cut up. They're going to show their entire ass at some point.
That's too much. That's too much pressure.
But here's what I'm saying. Check this out, though. If a woman comes to the table and say, hey, I enjoy the time that we spend together, but I'm dating. It's actually more of a benefit for her because if he knows that now there's competition there, he's going to step his game up. You understand me?
I feel you.
You two competitive men. Both of you are. Yeah,
if you definitely want that lady, you will step your game up. You want to rid yourself of the competition.
Exactly.
I get it, but how you supposed to know? And I got an ex that I dealt with, and she was that way. She said, no, I have 5 people I deal with. I'm like, what? So automatically we think that's a hoe.
No, that doesn't mean she's having sex with all of them.
I'm not saying, but as a man, that's the first thing you think. Like, damn, she's
That's
engaged.
how we've been
That's how we
conditioned
conditioned.
No.
I'm not saying it's right.
Nah, not at all. But if the same thing, if we come up and we say, "Yo, yeah, I'm dealing with 5 women," you be like, "This dude is out there." You know what I'm saying?
Y'all be dealing with 5 women. Y'all be really double down and be just 10.
In Atlanta, we did a calculation, and the ratio from men to women here, if you're not lame, you're well into like 12 to 13 to 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
That's major.
But,
That's heavy.
But to that point, I was guilty of that.
All right.
I'm gonna be
about it.
vulnerable right now. I was guilty of that in previous relationships. Not all, but in the majority, yeah. And I don't know. I don't even know how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think because, like, for me, it's that competitive streak. So when you see something and you want it, for me, I'm like, if I see something and I want it, like I don't care. Like, I'm getting it.
Yeah, hands down.
Like, it's nothing you can do to keep me away from it. So I think just coming in, you see it, you want it, and it just seems like over time it just fades. Like
That newness. What happens is
that newness.
It fades away, and that competition begins to fade, and so you feel like you conquered. So now it's not interesting anymore. I'm not entertained. I'm not captivated anymore. So I gotta keep chasing that feeling. So I'm on to the next, which brings me to maybe the next topic: why men date without an end goal. And that goes back to our video, right? I'm big facts today, y'all. It goes back to our video.
It's getting a little hot in here. Is it time for a break?
No, it's
you
not.
come on with it. Let's go then.
We just started. We just warming up. You understand?
I like it, bro.
Yes. Well, come on with it then. I'm a roll you dogs over today. You understand what I'm saying? But this is what happened. And we saw in the video illustrated that, she's cooking, she's cleaning. She says, listen, I am his bunny, but I have no Clyde. He defers to her. He trusts her enough with his own body. We only get one. You understand?
Right.
So now you're going over into different territories. You understand what I'm saying? Unprotected territories, right?
Yep.
But you trust her enough to do those things with her.
Unprotected territories.
Unprotected territory, baby.
Meat to meat.
Meat to meat.
And
this is not brought to you by the FDA.
But you understand what I'm saying? You trust her enough with that, with your body, the only temple you have. But you don't trust her enough to make her your wife? Huh? That's what we're doing? And then what happens is, in my opinion, but I'm just saying, I've always stood back and I observe things a lot, and then I speak on it. But this is why we have the breakdown of the black family, the black culture, the black community, because you have a lot of fatherless children out there. Because what he's doing, he cannot commit to anything. He cannot commit to anything. He enjoys it. It's a benefit to him.
Yeah.
He defers to her. He listens to her. She's there to be his backbone. All right? She's there to be his backbone. But what happens when the backbone ain't got a back brace? You feel me what I'm saying? So yes, we want to be there for you. We've been conditioned as women to do that.
Yeah.
I'm truly nurturing. I know that off GP.
Not all women are like that.
Well, I'm one of them.
Which really is another, great job, quad, to you.
Thanks, big guy.
Anytime.
Yes. But truly, what happens when the backbone doesn't have a back brace? And here's the deal. As I was saying, I don't want to lose my thought. We're definitely there to nurture, to protect, to be catering and loving and being that moral support. But why is it not stated or not activated enough that the men are being our same support system? We're expected to be that for you all. Not so much on the other side.
Well, I think a lot of it goes back to what you said. You briefly touched on it, and when you look at it, for me it's simple because we don't have. I have a saying.
Okay.
When I do charitable work, you can't be what you can't see. Oftentimes we forget that we have to provide examples, good working examples of what it's supposed to be, what it looks like, versus always telling you what you're supposed to do. Now, my question though, and I look at it like this: how can you hold somebody accountable when they don't know? And I'm just saying,
you know,
I remember when I was 20, 21 years old, and even 20, 21, that's when I got drafted. But like, I knew then, like, I thought at 25, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a couple of kids, like, you know, big house and all this and that.
Okay.
And you know what? None of that shit worked. Like, not work, it didn't happen. So
in the time frame that you
in the time frame,
it
didn't happen in that time frame. But I also say this: it's like you're so young, you don't even know. Like you're gonna change, like your palate changes with flavors. Cooking with Miss Quad. Side note.
That's just
like, yeah.
I'm gonna get into that book right there. Why?
So like I'm saying, like when we look at this and it's like, how can you hold somebody accountable when they don't even know themselves? So you have to expect. Like, I'll be honest, like, it's hard to say somebody been together for, at 21, 15 years, and they didn't go through anything. Like, some infidelity is going to happen. You hope it don't, but that's the reality of it. So it's like, I don't really see how I think women can hold dudes accountable when you don't know what you don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, preach. So because I'm
all
ready.
of that right there.
I'm locked and loaded over here.
In terms of this accountability.
I got you.
All right. You stayed at a very young age. That's cool.
Yep.
Ups and downs, changes and turnarounds. I get it's cool. And that's fine. But let's talk about when you have evolved. And you're not 21 years old anymore. And you're now 32, 38, 42, 45. And you're still doing the same thing over and over and over again. At some point, you say we need to have positive images of that. Listen, there is so much information out in the world. Even if you don't have someone physically, you can go down to the Google. Hit it on the Google. How do you treat a woman?
Man, get the hell out of here, man.
Wait, real talk. You can't Google the shit. Have you ever Googled it? Real talk.
How to treat a woman?
How to treat a woman.
I ain't never Googled that.
You know what?
Have you ever Googled it?
No, I haven't, but I have Googled this. No, this is recently. Okay. 2 weeks ago, me and my nephew was talking. And I was just talking to him, and I'm like, look, bro, if you feel that way about it, like, this what you need to do. I was like, you don't know what to say? And he was like, no. And I'm like, damn, I'm dropping the ball. So I went online, looked on, I was like, what are some like not cheesy, corny lines for a pickup to ask a girl out on a date? Man, that shit was horrible. It was like, I'm talking about terrible, corny.
Okay.
Definitely not for us. I'm surprised anybody would use that.
Well, listen, you might want to put it in your own words. That is just giving you some form of a kickoff. That's a start.
Reference.
That's a starter kit. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a starter kit.
Yeah, that's a starter kit. But what I'm saying, I'm just saying at worst, we got to stop saying, oh, there's no images out there of a positive black love. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a mother to show me how to treat a man. I didn't have a father to show me how a man should treat me. At some point, we have to start taking personal accountability. Yeah. All right, for our actions. All right. Yeah. And I'm just saying, at worst, if you have not a person in the world, Google it and make it your own.
Don't you think that this may be part of the answer to your question in terms of why don't men date women with an end goal? Maybe the end goal for women is marriage. Maybe that's what they want.
Maybe.
For men, and Los has talked about this all the time, the end goal for a man typically is to be as successful as he can be, to afford the lifestyle that he wants to live, to do whatever the fuck he wants. And that's just how Los says it. Now, if that in and of itself is what he believes or what some men believe, maybe marriage isn't that end goal for them. And to Spike's points, there are some positive examples of that. But when we got in the league at 2021, you probably, if there's 53 people on the team and 8 on the practice squad, 48 guys, you might see 2 examples of straight up marriage that's how it's supposed to be.
Or how we've been conditioned.
Or how we're conditioned to think it's supposed to be. Now, that's not an excuse or a reason to say, okay, this is not for me. I tried it. It didn't work for me. So
Well, it didn't work for me.
Yeah, you know, but the flip side is that
Undefeated.
you if you're not, as a man, right? If you're not good at being a husband, or that's not for you, that's not your end goal, that does not make you a bad person overall.
No. Listen, there is no bad person in this. What we're saying is just be honest, whatever that looks like.
Whatever it is you
whatever that looks like. If you say, listen, I'm feeling you, I want to date you, I want to continue to get to know you or whatnot, but and even if it's down the line I prefer the front end. Just, hey, I'm not, when that first conversation after y'all got a little close, listen, I'm really not looking for marriage. That's not something that I believe in. I don't, I didn't see that, or however you want to put it, but just say it and allow that man or that woman to move on. Because here's the deal. If I know that I want to be married, I'm not dating you, man, for 4 years.
So you're saying basically, if marriage is not the end goal and that's what you want, you're wasting your time doing anything other than that.
I mean, I never lose, because I'm always learning. So I never ever lose. I have never taken an L.
So you don't use the term of a lot of women say this, and I'm just asking. I've wasted all of this time.
Well, that's their perception. But there was a lot of jewels. See, I'm always looking for jewels for my crown. You understand?
Damn right.
So for me, even in my marriage, and as I noted before, I'm divorced now. You guys know that. But I learned so much in that. It was some richness in that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's basically your perception. Do you want to be pessimistic, or do you choose to be optimistic about it? I always choose optimistic, to be optimistic about everything.
I look at it the same way. I don't look at it as wasted time.
No.
I just don't, because I feel like if you walked away and you learned something from it and you embrace it, there's no way that you're going to be still sitting on that same level of playing field as you continue and advance throughout
You've elevated.
life. Like you elevated your game.
You should have.
As long as you're right.
You should have.
You should have, right?
Life lessons. But you got to be there to really have your eye open to receive it. You feel me?
So now what I like to do, I even like dating now for me is I am going to tell you, because a lot of men that don't know that. You made the comment like we lose out by not sharing that information, really both parties, exactly what it is. So like sometimes I feel like women are afraid to ask the tough questions.
But why?
And I know it don't feel good, like I get it, but I'm just saying, if you really want to know what a dude, his plans are, ask him. Ask that tough question. Like, why should it be on us to be able to just come out divulging information?
Hold up. See what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like,
see,
it's already hard enough out here for a black man to win.
Here we go.
And then we got to have that accountability on our shoulders. Extra accountability. We don't mind. We have to do it anyway. Please speak your mind on that, because I feel like it kind of touched the nerve.
You're getting some heat off that middle chair right there, brother.
You most certainly I'm going to speak my mind. See, again, you are in that whole setup. You're looking for the woman to come in and, it's her responsibility. Why is it that it's always the woman's responsibility to make sure that everything is okay with you? Why is that? Meaning, as a woman, why do I have to, even if you've been horrible at home, I have to still go out in the world and present you as the best thing ever? The best thing since color TV, the best thing since sliced bread, and you ain't half of it. But as a woman, that responsibility is placed on my shoulders to always make you look good. Why? Why is that?
I think you got to keep it honest with yourself and your situation. Like, it's not if you having issues at home to where you feel that your significant other isn't doing what he's supposed to do and is fraudulent, you ain't got to blast that on in a public forum. I mean, that's reality. You can say, you know what, nah, I sit this one out. You go to this gala by yourself. I've done it.
Yeah.
You know, we having issues right now, so nah, this ain't the one for you.
But here's the deal. You're absolutely right. And I would never do anything like that, never have done anything like that. But what I'm saying to you is we're just talking about why does the responsibility lie in the woman's lap?
Oh, no, I agree with you not putting all of that responsibility on a woman. I'm just saying the responsibility of the lack of not having a conversation or asking that tough question in the beginning versus walking away saying, nah, you had me wasting all of this time, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things that I've grown to learn because like sometimes in life, especially like young men, 20s, even I'm fortunate to say some people in their 30s.
Yeah.
Like they just don't realize guys walk around sleepwalking because they choose to be that way.
But not, yes, indeed, they choose to be that way. But we do have a challenge with accountability. You understand what I'm saying? With men holding other men accountable. Listen, I analyze everything. First of all, I hate going into barbershops. Let me just say that I can't stand going into a barbershop because it's like I feel like a piece of meat when I go into the barbershop and everybody's looking. And then when I walk, damn, she bad. Damn, you see it?
You ain't supposed to hear that because you're already gone.
But I'm walking out the door and then it starts.
What do you expect?
It starts.
We go in there, getting the cut, and it's like, you know what, man, like I'll be glad when I get this cut. You're pissed off because you're waiting probably. And then two, you like, after I get this cut, there's two things that I hate doing. I hate going to get a haircut.
Okay.
And I hate going to the cleaners. Wholeheartedly.
Damn, what the cleaners did to you? You just go in there.
It's just a waste of damn time.
Get your ticket, man, and pay the bill and get your clothes.
It's just
and
a
get
waste of
out there.
time, man. Just a waste of time.
I'm just saying, going back to this barbershop thing. All right.
That's
and
how we at,
I
though.
have a nephew, so you know what I'm saying?
We want it. We get a fresh cut.
hate it.
We see you come through there. We was like, God damn,
Man, you see Shawty, man, she bad as hell. It's like, guys, please stop. Don't do that. It's so unattractive. But let me say this in the realm of accountability. A man, let's just take Tut for a second. Married, beautiful wife, been there for you for years. You've created a life together. You've built things together, right? She's loving, she's supportive, she's there for you. Ride her. Chick come through, y'all at the barbershop. Another chick come through, she bringing you lunch down to the barbershop. You know, as his homeboy, that ain't his wife. And instead of saying, yo, dog, what you doing, man? You losing it, man. You about to risk everything you've worked for. You have a family, you have a good wife. She takes care of you and your children. You can rely on her and she's smart. You know what you do?
What?
Dog, damn, man, you got a bad bitch, man, you hit me now. Man. It's a whole lot of this. All that. Instead of just saying, hold up, bro. No, you already got something real. Why would you put that in jeopardy?
Hey, you for real though? Like, that's really true.
Why? And this is a question for the both of you. Why is it that men don't hold one another accountable?
We do. We actually, all right, let me, and this
behind
is
the mask, man.
We're going behind
the mask.
We're going behind the mask. And because this is going to be so true, it's not going to be up for debate. At a younger age, all right, it goes back to this. It's a history lesson. And two, I've told this story several times. Feel free to interject when need be. Now, remember when we were growing up, And in order to be the coolest dude in the school that everybody knew, typically that happens in sport or you doing something to be the standout.
So you got to have a lot of girls?
Well, no, we come out like we don't know that. We just think, well, it's good to have a girl. Who makes us think that we need to have a lot of girls after us like that is the women, the girls.
Who?
Think about it. It be some ugly dudes, even though they were ballers. Girls used to, they just like, oh God, he looks so good. And I'd be like, they going crazy over this piece of crap.
Oh my.
So conditionally, like mentally, we like, dang, well, I can't play basketball good as him, can't play football as good as him. So I got to do something to make them like me and make all the girls like me.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't buying it. I ain't even
So
putting it on
no,
layaway.
I'm just saying.
I'm not even
So
putting
we
it
walk
on
away from
layaway. I'm not
situations.
buying it.
Coach, we walk away from situations. Those situations at young age is thinking, well, you ain't really cool unless you got a lot of girls wanting you.
But here's the deal. You want to weigh in or?
I will after you. Go ahead. I'm locked and loaded over here.
You with it?
I'm locked and loaded. Go ahead.
But just know I'm on G waiting on O. I'm sitting on G waiting on O. Just know that.
So y'all have, like, really, you have conditioners, like, and that's how it all starts.
Again.
I'm just saying.
Again, now it's the woman's fault. Again, this is what I'm
saying.
No. I think, to your point, you said, why isn't there accountability? A lot of times, I believe, and we keep going back to this young age, but a lot of times I think that men are emotionally immature, meaning they don't know, they don't want to know, or don't want to learn how to know to either deal with women on a level that the woman wants to be dealt with, or how you said, to Google or find out exactly what a woman wants. Now, everybody knows what's right from what's wrong. I mean, that's common sense. Mm-hmm. But when you're in a position of access,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? You have everything afforded to you in abundance. And that's money. That's material stuff. It's privilege. It's it doesn't stop just because it's women. It doesn't stop. And I'm not saying that that's right, but the reality is that's a fact. I can go to Walmart, I can go to freaking anywhere, and honestly, you know me, I call myself the plus size model. I firmly believe a female gonna look at me like, damn, that's a solid looking dude. Mm-hmm. Most men have that. Mm-hmm. Women do too. I call it 100 to 1. We had this conversation all the time.
Okay.
So I used to tell my boys coming up, when we were traveling, playing in the league, they're going everywhere, to the Super Bowls, to the All-Star games and all of this stuff. I'm like, yo, you got to live 100 to 1, because guess what? You coming out here and there are women everywhere. There are opportunities everywhere. Okay. So I said, for every 100 times that you go to a bar, you buy a drink, buy a female a drink, mm-hmm. you have a section, you give some, have some women in your section. For 100 times, and this is not even a real ratio, for 100 times that you do something that your significant other wouldn't like, mm-hmm. you have to be comfortable knowing that it's going to be at least one time that she does it too. So there's a flip side to that coin. Because guess what? Every time we on the road, the women is at home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the accountability has to go both ways. So don't get me wrong. I've been in relationships where there was a woman and her friends were like, they weren't always pro too. You know what I'm saying? They might say, nah, this is the other guy. So that accountability kind of goes both ways. And again, it's not right, but that's the reality. I'm not the realist. I'm not the realist with an E, but I am a realist with an I.
And I love it. I love it. And what you're saying in terms of accountability on both sides, I agree with that. Getting back to you though, and I'm gonna touch back on that. But you're talking about, how can I make myself the coolest? Men have a lot of young boys, adolescents, men, whatever, have a lot of pressure on how can I make myself to stand out the coolest or whatever. But what you have to understand is you can set the tone for what's cool. You don't have to follow the trend. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You can take the leadership role and you can say and set the tone in terms of what's cool. We've seen Kobe Bryant do it. Now you see to hear how people spoke of him and how great of a father he was and how great of a husband he was and how great of a man he was and what he gave to his community. He gave so much of himself. Now, with that being stated amongst the masses, I have even seen myself where men are stepping up more, wanting to be more of that for their wives, for their children, for their communities. So you set the tone on what's cool. Is that a yay or a nay?
You do, but listen to what you just said. I'm talking about the problem is systemic. I'm being honest. It starts at a young age. And until you go through enough shit to know, like, you know what, I hurt that person. Some people don't have empathy. And so until you go through something at that young age, I talked about it earlier, age 21. I remember, I'm going to be married 25. Man, ain't no way in hell I'm going to get married. 30. Maybe one day. Oh, I got one. Nah, I ain't ready for it. Truly, I ain't ready for it because I'm really me personally, the reason why I'm not married, in my earlier years when I was played 15 years. So for me, I never wanted to be married while I was playing because I did not want that distraction. Like I just wanted to be all about ball, and I said once I'm done. So now I'm currently 6 years out.
Okay.
And so now actually being in the dating scene, I understand it better and I get it because my mind is not so convoluted with the other things that kind of pushes certain agendas. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I'm just saying it starts off young, but when we're at the age of what you're talking about as an older guy with accountability, yes, I hold my circle accountable. Or this is one of the things that I started doing late in my career. If I see guys who are just reckless, I'm talking about reckless, I would just say, you know what, bro? Have some respect. Just have some respect. What you saying? What you mean? Whatever respect means to you, you take it, keep it in your pocket. I can't tell you what to do.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna just tell you, just have some respect, bro. You flagrant right now. Yeah. And so that's what we have to do. I agree with you on that part. I'm just, from the younger side, I was just saying, that's the reason why. But as you get older, you see after going through things and hurting people,
sure, that
ain't the right way.
It's not.
You ain't gonna get no good juju from that.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And you wonder why you're down bad.
and for real though. And a lot of that, for me, a lot of it I do realize just dealing with so many men, playing with them for so many years is, we don't have enough good fathers in the household or good male representatives to show you what it looks like. You know what it's supposed to be from verbiage, but it's always good to have that little imagery, just like what we have here on Behind the Mask podcast.
Absolutely.
And so my question is, the father figures is the main staple in the household.
Sure.
I know you love your father to death.
Yeah.
To death.
Yeah.
And so, how much influence did that have on your life to who you are now?
Oh my God. Like, my mom and dad were together until my dad passed. You understand what I'm saying? So I always grew up in a 2-parent household. And I just got to tell you, with having a father in my life, it really made all the difference. All the difference. My father was definitely hard on me, but it was for good reason, because he wanted the best out of me. You understand what I'm saying? So having a father in that household, he helped to build my self-esteem, my value, my worth. He helped me to understand how to be confident and how to be unapologetically bold. You understand what I'm saying? I never, like, it's the life lessons that my dad taught me. I'm still utilizing them today. You understand what I'm saying? When I was confused, when I was unsure, when I didn't know what to do, I had a man that I could run to and feel that sense of comfort and security. I was blessed with that. A lot of people don't have that. And it made all the difference in how I handle myself as a woman today. Do you understand what I'm saying? My father taught me how to go to the table and negotiate deals. My dad taught me that. My dad taught me how to pay bills. My dad taught me how to be responsible. My dad taught me how to be a woman who cares. And he taught me this. I remember right now, I hear his voice, and he would tell me, you know what, Quad? You're beautiful. You really are. He was like, but let me tell you something. There's a lot of beautiful women in the projects with 3 and 4 babies and 3 and 4 baby daddies. So I don't want to really hear or talk much about pretty. You're going to do something with this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
With that brain, right?
It made the difference. The first time I ever opened a bank account, I was 14 years old. My daddy was a co-signer on the bank account. I remember I taught my dad, and I was super spoiled. And I'm still super spoiled. I spoiled myself now.
I see. Look at these.
Cat girl.
I got a little drip, you know.
Hey, your fashion game always be on top, though. You take pride
Thank
in
you.
it.
I do.
It's very, like, it's intentional.
Yes, it is indeed, in so many ways. Shouts out to BCBG as I'm the brand contributor as well.
Hey.
So I'm just saying. But the style and fashion, everything to me can be monetized. But that's something else. But I just want to tell you. So my dad, I remember one time, and I was like, Dad, I want all of this. You know, I want this. I want this. I want these clothes. I want these shoes. I want this. I want everything. And he never really, as long as I did my part, he never really told me no. He really didn't. But I did my part, and I respect that man with everything in me. Okay. To this day, he's gone. But my God, I wish I still had him. But I do, because I got his lessons, right? I remember I asked for so many things. My dad comes home with all types of cotton candy machines, snowball, little cones and pickles and potato chips and candy, and tells me happy birthday. I'm like, I didn't ask for that. Why do you get what I asked for? He said, you're going to get you what you asked for. So he turned me into the neighborhood candy lady. For real. And I was young.
Started your own little business.
Enterprising. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid still. I was like, I couldn't have been no more than maybe 12, 13. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, having a father in your life, and men, please, 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 please. And now Kobe made that popular. Hashtag girl dad.
I'm a girl dad.
No big girl dad in the building.
Shout out to my baby girl,
Yes.
Jakai.
Yeah.
Even though she ain't I don't even think she be listening to these episodes.
Well, she needs to listen. Chicago, you need to listen to this one.
London doesn't. I think Maya sees the snippets. Maya's on Instagram, so that's tough. But that's for another show.
That's for another show. We'll call him out when we have him on it.
We will indeed.
Yeah.
I'll help you with that. but yeah, so it does make all the difference, just having that father figure there and knowing what it is. Like, that's the first man who I fell in love with.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first man, I was still, listen, real talk, I got to tell you, I was still like coming home from college, and sometimes I would get into bed with my mommy and my daddy. Like, y'all move around, make some room. Grown as hell. Grown. And I'm just letting y'all in on a little something. But that's the type of connection we have as a family. A family. And that is the most important thing that we have. You make all the money in the world. You can. That's great. You're chasing success. But at the end of the day, the only thing that's important are the people who are going to be there for you.
Right.
Your family. Whether if it's up or down, they got your back. And I have to even make sure that I keep myself in line with that, because I'm, bags all day. But I have to make sure. My dad said, and I didn't know that he was already grooming me to take care of the family. I remember I was young, and I have an older brother too, you know that, and I have a younger brother. But I remember my dad would say, if anything happens to me, Quad, it's going to take care of the family. Right? Lots of pressure, huh? But not when you've been a soldier, it's not. And he raised a real one. You see what I'm saying? And so when he made his transition, I am indeed the one who steps up for the family. And I take care of them all.
So that role came with a lot of responsibilities, and we see cooking with Miss Quad.
Yes.
the responsibilities of being able to be that provider.
Yeah.
The cook in the house.
Yeah.
That's how you got some of your lessons and everything.
Absolutely. Like, I've been cooking since like 10, 11 years old. Now, here's another story about my dad. My dad was a good dad.
So you go ahead then.
There's another story about
Let's
my
talk
dad.
about it.
But I remember when I first made salmon croquettes. So, I'm like, I thought I was doing my thing. And in my book, I call them the struggle croquettes. So if you don't have my book yet, make sure you go ahead. And anywhere fine books are sold, you can go ahead and purchase that today. If you like, you can go to Instagram at Absolutely Quad and click on the link in the bio.
Boom.
I'm just
Cha-ching.
saying. I'm just saying. But no, so I remember, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something special for my dad. And, I'm like, I think I got everything. I know I got the onions, the bell peppers, the spices, and all of that. I got this. I'm going to make salmon croquettes for him, right? How about I did everything right? I thought I did, at least. So he sat down. It was time for him to have the food. And so he's sitting there, and all of a sudden, I'm like, he crunching on something. What the hell is he crunching on? I didn't take the bones out.
You left the bones
How could you?
But I was 11.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
don't know how I missed that little minor detail with my mom. I don't know if I went out and was double dutch and hopscotch and playing jacks or whatever. But I missed the whole mark on that.
What did he
But my
say?
dad was so real. And this is why I'm so confident to this day. He sat there and he smiled and he ate and he said, baby girl, you did well. You did well. But next time, take them bones out.
Yo,
That's classic.
You understand what I'm saying? So I actually have that story in my cookbook, right? Real. I actually have the story there, and I call them the struggle croquettes, but they damn good, though.
So in the book, do you leave the bones in them?
No, I don't.
Oh, I'm about to say, please don't leave them.
No. Of course, the recipe says to take the bones out, okay?
Cool.
But I'm saying that was when I was 11.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a story like that,
What you got?
and it didn't turn out so well for me.
Well, damn.
I remember this vividly. I was staying in Buckhead. So I was like, you know what? Even though I don't really eat pancakes, I'm going to cook my daughter pancakes today. Put out the pan. And I was like I never cooked pancakes before. So I was like, it's easy. So I go in, you get the instant mix. Mm-hmm. I was like,
Just add water.
I was like, well, just add water. That's exactly what it was. And I was like, I ain't finna add no milk because that's going to be tearing me up. So I added the water. And for some reason, like, I put it in the pan and I cooked it. And that shit was like, it was like a plate. It was a plate on top of a plate. And it was soft in the middle though. So I was like, well, all right, she probably ain't gonna really like trip off of it. She was 7 years old. Never forget this. She come downstairs. I had got the syrup and I put it all on it.
Trying
to hide it.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide it. I was like, once you get around them ends, that soft, I say the soft part in the middle, like, it's very good. She took like 2 bites, and I'm cleaning up and I'm like, ah, yeah. She was like, Daddy? I was like, yeah, what's up? I think I'll just wait till when I get to school. I was like, what's wrong with the pancake? Nothing. I just don't feel like eating pancakes today. I forced her to lie to me though.
But that was dope because she protected your heart. Yeah, she protected your heart on that one.
She didn't want to break your self-esteem.
Because she knew you really came through. Shout out to my niece. That was good.
You tried.
I tried.
Yeah.
I did.
Sounds good.
Maybe you could teach me how to cook pancakes.
Maybe you can get my cookbook.
I got it. You kidding me?
I'm gonna sign that one today.
Yeah, you sign that one. But I have a working cookbook. And we'll try,
Let's
try some recipes.
How about this? Let's do it. Let's do a cooking demonstration.
I'm with it.
Can we compete against you?
Do you want to do that?
No, do you want to do
They
it?
call me Chef Boyard too.
Oh, that's what they call you.
Yep.
Yeah, they call you that.
And I won.
Now, you got to stop making all these bets, man.
I'm saying.
Did he run down South Beach naked
He
yet?
did not run down South Beach naked yet.
The women out there want to see the butterball.
By the time I got back to Atlanta, the game was over. So like we don't have a beach here. So like I'll fulfill my end of the bet. I did the song.
You went for that?
I did the song.
Listen, we
ain't talking about the song.
He did the song.
You talking about running down South Beach?
But the
I'll go up to Lake Lanier and find some beach, and I'll go run.
We
over
talking
there.
about the entire bet. The entire bet said you were gonna run down South Beach, butt booted, ball naked. What happened? The women want to know.
It was cold.
Shrinkage is real.
So hey,
Don't play. Hey, tell her, you ain't got one shot at the title, and you not gonna have me rhyming on no whack beat.
Trying to tell you. But you know what? Spring is coming.
Spring is in the air, baby. What's up?
Miami, here I come. Bet fulfilled.
You want me to buy his airline ticket?
Listen, you buy it, y'all film it. I'm just gonna be laughing, man. This is gonna be hilarious.
When you trying to go? What's up?
I'm with it.
Oh, it got to be at least like for real, 80 degrees, no wind.
Say no win. No win.
You gonna be good. Don't
Because
worry
if it's
about it.
75, it's gonna make it feel like up under that threshold in the 60s. And I mean, we're back
Just
in the
got
same
so
place.
many excuses. Next topic. Come on, man. What
Check
we
this
got?
out. But before we let you go, we want to talk about this.
Yeah.
You're so busy. You do so many things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you mentioned it earlier about your divorce. Mm-hmm. So how is dating in Atlanta for you now? Or just in general? Because, I mean, you work all the time.
Yeah,
we
I
see
do.
you all the time. So how is it for you? How has it been going?
You know what? I have completely embraced dating, like really and truly. Like, and I
Don't be giving me this damn scripted shit. I want to hear everything that you said. Are you honest with dudes?
KTSE.
Yes,
Keep
yes,
that same
yes.
energy.
Oh, it's whatever. It's nothing. Yes.
So do
yes.
you be like, yeah, y'all go on a date? Do you tell them like, look, it's cool, we're having a good time,
Right.
but I'm dating other dudes too?
No. It's imperative that I do that. It's imperative because I don't want anybody to be taken off guard. I don't want anybody to be caught in, situations that are surprises. I don't believe in it. I don't. Maybe a good surprise, but I don't believe in taking a person off guard. So I do let men know, like, listen, I'm dating. There are other guys that I'm talking to. Why not? Just because I'm dating, I'm not having sex with all of them, of course,
Right.
but I'm most certainly dating. I got about 4 of them in the roster right now. I'm about to drop one of them though.
Why you gonna drop him?
He
ain't
just
stepping up.
It's too much capping. Don't
So,
like that at all.
so if you have 4 of them, how do you know which one that you're moving up? That's
moving up the ladder.
Yeah. That's gonna be the one. So when you're ready, be like, you know what, this is the person. I'm cutting the rest of
He's
them
gonna
off.
show me that. He's gonna make me feel that. He's gonna be so good to me that he's completely outstanding the rest of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I got 4 horses in the race right now. Run it, baby. And I don't feel bad about saying that. I actually feel really good because if we do the numbers, maybe 3 out of the 4 are gonna disappoint me at one point in time or the other. So when you disappoint me, then I just rotate and go to him. Have a good time with him, and when he disappoint me, then I go over there. I mean, this is what men do anyway. You guys,
It is what we do, but like,
It's so surreal hearing it honestly
From a woman.
from women. It's
I feel like I just walked in the strip club.
well, no,
For
baby.
hearing what you just said.
Well,
No,
baby,
meeting.
never, I ain't
No,
never
I'm
did
just
no
saying.
stripping.
No, I'm saying. I like that. She got a little intense. But I'm just saying, I like it because when you go in, you already know what it is, meaning you know what you're getting
Yeah.
shape-wise.
Yeah.
It ain't no damn playing no games.
Ain't no fluff, yeah.
No
it's
fluff.
not.
We going straight
And
to
I
it.
just want to be fair. This is the deal. This is a human being. This is a person. Although men are taught to be, strong and can't show emotion and can't express themselves, and they always got to be, have this big ego and all of that. This is still a person, and I have to respect that. Okay. So I'm not trying to do anything to hurt anyone. I'm going to be abundantly clear and abundantly open and honest. I am dating, hence dating. That's what you do. You don't just, listen, I've been in situations where I'm just, dated one person and been truly invested in that individual. You understand what I'm saying? Help them with their business, help them with their children, help them with, any medical whatever that's needed. Oh, you can call on me and this and let me. Okay, I can get you something going on. You need some dental stuff going on. Okay, let me pick up the phone and make a phone call. You got an appointment tomorrow. They put you in front of everybody because I made the call. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I've always been a devoted person. The challenge with that is, again, sometimes when shit gets too real, if a man is not ready, he will flee. Doesn't mean that you did anything wrong as a woman.
And it doesn't mean that he's a bad guy.
It doesn't mean that. It's about timing. But that was a lesson and all of that. So then I said, shit, let me double down then.
Double down, shouted.
Oh my God.
So now I'm dating, and I really don't have any emotional attachment to any of them.
And do they respect your honesty? Because I always say, don't nobody like the truth.
You know what? I think although it may be harsh or hard to kind of wrap your mind around as a man, I think in the end they do really respect the fact that I'm honest. And I'm telling you, like, I don't have sex with all of these guys. I'm against it. Like, I'm not. I don't even. It's not like that.
Right. That's not what it's about.
It's really not. You know, it's just trying to find out who is best suitable for me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right on.
That's it. And that's the beginning and the end of it. It's really nothing more. And I'm not so if one of them act a fool right now, then it's like, go head on. I really don't care. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just being what men are. Men you guys have perfected dating. Perfected it. I'm just trying to catch up.
It's all right. It ain't gonna take long.
She
You're
already
talking
got
to
it.
a man who's never been married. It ain't gonna...
You know?
It's in the fiber. She got it.
I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah. But here's the deal. When that one steps up and is a confident man, like I should be able to say, hey, you know, I'm dating. And I've seen it. I have seen where me saying, hey, I'm dating someone else, the men really, they stepping up like, whoa. Whereas when I was trying to only date one guy and giving so much to that individual, I fell off. I was on the losing side of that.
All right, Quad, before we really let you go this time,
Yeah.
I want to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Just to get to know you a little bit better.
Really? 20 years later?
Well, to let the people get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah. So, listen, we're vulnerable right here.
Yeah.
So, if you had the opportunity, knowing what you know now, if you had the opportunity to go back to your younger self at 13 years of age,
Yeah.
what would you tell your younger self? Knowing all of the wisdom that you have.
Yeah. I would tell my younger self to be patient. Be patient. And to be anxious for nothing, because when you're anxious, you make mistakes. Right? So I would definitely say younger self, patience.
If you had the opportunity to cook one dish with one of your favorite chefs, who would that chef be and why?
Who would that chef be? You know what? You got me off guard with them because I don't think like that. I just go in the kitchen and I do my thing. But my favorite dish is branzino. I love it. It's a nice
Mediterranean sea bass?
Yes.
See, I ain't even know
What's
that.
up?
I didn't even know what. Was that any rapper? Benzino?
Branzino, not Benzino.
You talking to a dude who has the palate of an 8-year-old. He's in London asking for chicken fingers.
So that's all you eat. Chicken fingers, mac and cheese.
It worked. I'm fine. I'm healthy.
So come
He the
on,
plus
man.
size model.
We gotta do better. We gotta do better.
I don't want no Benzino.
That's just like me saying I eat chicken.
Actually, it's in the book. Wait a minute. I got the recipe. Let me go to the table.
I had to look at that book and see what you got going on.
There's 100 recipes in here. A lot of them, are, from the family. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me get my stuff together.
And Spikes knew exactly what it was.
It's a brand new book. You know what I'm saying? He just went out and got it.
It's called support. It's called support. I went out and got this book. I didn't wait for her to bring me one. I have a book too. You went and bought my book. I remember
you already
that.
know.
Yeah, I do remember that.
What
so I challenge everybody out there who's listening and watching Try it. It
156,
works.
157.
Support who support you.
Absolutely. And love who loves you.
Facts.
How about that? I'll be running after these girls that don't care nothing for you, child.
But they
You
just
better
be
love
fun
who
for the
love
moment,
you.
though.
See, that's the problem. You waste the you're gonna waste your lifetime on a moment. Why
can't-
would you do that?
We
I'm
can't-
not speaking for
We
myself.
can't run no more. We got
Per se.
bad knees.
Yeah, hey, bad knees, bad
Bad
neck.
Can't chase. I got bad knees.
But no, so this is the Branzino, huh? Let me see here. There we go. Take a look at it. So what I do is cut it, slice it in the belly, right? Stuff it with fennel, olives, onion, lemon. Put some capers on it, and it's roasted. Nice, flaky fish, easy, flavorful, desirable.
That look good.
So that's what we're gonna do. We'll all get together.
I think we
We'll
should
cook
do
and
it.
we'll eat
I'm with
good
it.
with each other.
I think we
right?
should do it.
with
I think we should do
All right.
it.
I'll be the sous chef. I'm like tech support. If y'all need stuff, I'll just go get it.
Whose
Sprinkle.
house we're going to? Mine.
We can
Yours,
come
right?
to my
Mine,
house.
no matter. Yeah.
That's
You
fine.
want to do it at your house?
Yeah, we can take advantage of the open space, and I got this grill that is very nice.
But see, the problem, I don't know your kitchen like that. I
Well, we
almost
come-
kind of
we
want to
come to
say
your
my
place
house
then.
because
That's
I
fine.
know my kitchen. I got all my spices and
Everywhere
everything.
you need it.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So let's do
That's
it.
fine.
Let's do it.
So is
Let's do it.
everyone gonna say take a dish or whatever your favorite might be?
Yeah,
We don't want no chicken fingers. I'm letting you know that off top.
and don't be going to damn Publix in that big food tray either.
Listen.
No,
Listen.
Cold
we don't want
cuts.
that cold cuts. We don't no celery and carrots and tomatoes and
Fruit
all
basket?
that. I don't know. You got to do something better.
I do something.
do something out the book,
I
then.
do something. Chef Boyardee gonna come
Come through.
prepared. He definitely gonna come.
What you
prepared.
making?
I see a nice sea bass.
You want to do sea bass?
Yeah, I see a nice sea bass.
Okay.
That's one of my fortes.
What you want me to make?
I'll
We gonna go through the book and
Yeah,
then we'll,
that's what I'm saying.
we'll
I go
challenge
through the
100
book.
recipes right here, y'all.
100?
Listen, I got something for everyone. I don't care if you are beginning stages, intermediate, or advanced. It's something for everyone. And I really love it because I wanted to kind of eradicate the fear. Some people are really afraid to like go in the kitchen and cook. They really are. Like, it's like, oh, I gotta, stand over the stove for 2 hours and I gotta clean up and all. It's really not like that. Like for me, my mom made it very fun and it was exciting and it was a time for her and I to bond, catch up on what's going on in the neighborhood or with the family. Really, we was over there dragging folks sometimes. You know how you be gossiping in the family. Well, your cousin, she done got pregnant, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they gonna do with that girl, you know what I'm saying?
the time of gossip.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she always made it so much fun and even now with me, it's such an experience, I've been blessed to, have cooking demonstrations with Williams-Sonoma and also Bloomingdale's. And I'm telling you, if you ever see that I'm having a cooking demonstration, you definitely want to be there because it's a full-out party, and it's just exciting. It's a good time. I like to touch and feel the people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I do that every single time, so it's great.
That definitely makes you.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Well, we just went behind the mask with Miss Quad.
absolutely.
Got the cooking book, Cooking with Miss Quad.
Yeah.
Tell the people where else they can find you at and follow you on
Absolutely.
social media as well.
On all social media platforms at Absolutely Quad, you can find me. You can also tune in every single day to my talk show that I share a platform with Rashawn Ali, Selena Johnson, and Trina Braxton. Sister Circle, you can find it on TV One every single day at 12 o'clock. And every Sunday, you can catch me on Bravo's Married to Medicine. And I got something special that I'm working on right now. In fact, that cooking demonstration I talked to you about?
Yep.
We're turning that into a show.
Hey.
Ooh.
Doing a damn thing.
Hey.
All
Can I be the
sponsored by
taste?
me.
Can I be the taste tester guy?
You look like you hungry right now. Look at you.
I am hungry.
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 Absolutely. I love to have you for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me today. I had a good time. I hope the people are enlightened. I hope that this provokes conversation. No one here was wrong in any thought process that they have, but we definitely want to be provocative.
It is.
And we did that today, so thank you for your time.
Yeah.
You could have spent it anywhere, but you chose to spend
I
this time
love
with
my
us.
babies.
And we love you too, girl.
My babies.
Yeah. So without further ado, Maybe another episode down the line. Who knows?
Who knows? Let's see how the people receive.
Yeah, let's see what the people want. And I know you do a lot of things before you start your day because I heard you say this earlier. You listen to a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But what podcast do you really get down with, though?
Come on, man. I get down with Behind the Mask. You already know what it is.
Whoop-de-whoop. Facts.
Big ones. Big facts.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Behind the Mask podcast.
Indulge, share, and subscribe to quality content.
And we're everywhere. We're on YouTube. Make sure you scroll to the bottom, click that little bell for notifications. We're on Google Play, we're on Spotify, and we're on Apple Music.
Even on social media, we're going to make it easy for you. Follow at the BTM Podcast for your weekly fixings. And remember, there's only one rule.
There are no rules.
Let's go behind the mask.